Hello dear students, welcome to the online class. I am Sonia Akhtar, lecturer English 34th BCS, Government Harganga College, Munchiganj. Dear students, you can see on the screen that this is the lecture number 4 on pronoun referencing, and I can say that this is the last lecture on this topic. So, in our previous lectures, I have shown you some uses of faulty pronouns. In this lecture, I will show you unclear pronoun referencing, some rules to correct unclear pronoun referencing. So, listen to me very carefully and attentively. At first, you have to know what is antecedent. Antecedent is the noun instead of which a pronoun is used. Antecedent is the noun instead of which a pronoun is used. Okay, let's see an example. Look at this. Runa is a student. She loves to read novel. So here Runa is the noun instead of which in the next sentence I have used a pronoun that is she. Runa is the noun, and instead of this noun I have used a pronoun she. So here in this sentence Runa is the antecedent. Runa is the antecedent for which I have used the pronoun she. Clear? Rule number 1 to correct unclear pronoun referencing. More than one antecedent. Dear students, look at this. At first, keep it in your mind that you may find more than one antecedent. You may find more than one antecedent in a sentence. In this case, we use noun, not pronoun. Okay? To clear this, we have to use a noun, not the pronoun. Look at the example. Riyad told Babul that he had to come to hospital. Riyad told Babul that he had to come to hospital. But it's confusing. You can't understand, I know. Who had to come to hospital? Is it Riyad or is it Babul? It's confusing. So we have to clear it by using a noun, not a pronoun. Here, after Riyad and Babul, in the next place I have used a pronoun he. So it's confusing. It doesn't mean it can't clear who am I talking about. Is it Riyad or Babul who had to go to hospital? Okay. So in this case we have to use the noun, not the pronoun, to clear the sentence, to clear the meaning of the sentence. So this is the right answer. Riyad told Babul that Babul had to come to hospital. In this sentence I have used the noun, the correct noun, not the pronoun. So in this case, in these types of sentences, you have to use a noun, not pronoun. Clear? Another sentence. Look at this. Riya discussed the new strategy with Ritu. She decided to proceed as planned. Riya discussed the new strategy with Ritu. Here I have used a pronoun she, but this she doesn't mean is it Riya, is it Ritu? It's confusing. So we have to use a noun here, the appropriate noun. Here we have to use a noun, not the pronoun. Okay, if you find two antecedent, then in the next pronoun, in the place of next pronoun, you have to use a noun. You have to use the appropriate pronoun, not appropriate noun, not pronoun. Okay, so here I have to use a noun. What can I use? Yes, Ria discussed the new strategy with Ritu. Ritu decided to proceed as planned. Now the meaning of the sentence is clear. Now the meaning is clear. So in these types of sentences where you will find more than one antecedent, you have to use noun, not pronoun, to clear the meaning of the sentence. Okay. Rule number 2, you and one confusion. You and one confusion. So what is the rules? When the writer addresses the reader directly, then we use you. Okay, when a writer addresses the reader directly, then we use you. But if a writer addresses everybody in his writing, then we should use one. We should use one, not you. So let's see an example. Okay, look at this. In Canada, you don't have to get such long waiting list as in Bangladesh. As we know that if the writer addresses the reader directly, we use you, but in formal writing, you is not appropriate. For this, we use one. Okay, in formal writing, you is not appropriate. In this case, we use one, the word one. Okay, so in this sentence, the writer is saying, in Canada, you don't have to get such long waiting list as in Bangladesh. In this sentence, the writer is not, from the meaning, we can understand that the writer is not addressing the speaker, the reader directly. The writer is not addressing the reader directly. He is saying about all Canadians. Okay, so the right answer is, in Canada, one doesn't have to get such long waiting list as in Bangladesh. Okay. The next rule, implied reference. We can say it implied reference. Okay, so what is implied reference? Let's see. The noun which is not mentioned in the sentence. Okay, the noun, as we know that a pronoun is used instead of a noun, but if the noun is not mentioned in the sentence, then what to do? Okay, let's say the noun which is not mentioned in the sentence but only there is hence, then instead of this noun we don't use pronoun. Okay, instead of this noun we don't use pronoun. In this case we use a definite noun. Here look at this example. Before explaining the matters to the audience, they are likely to be unacceptable. Here the noun is not mentioned in the sentence, but only there is a hint. Only there is a hint, for which we have to use here a word. I have used a pronoun, but here the pronoun is incorrect. We have to use a noun here to make the sentence meaningful, to make the meaning of the sentence clear. Okay, so we know that when the noun is not mentioned in the sentence but only there is hint, then instead of this noun we don't use pronoun. So here pronoun is not appropriate. We have to use here a definite noun to make the meaning of the sentence clear. Okay, so what is the right answer? Yes, this is. Before explaining the matters to the audience, the explanations were likely to be unacceptable. The explanations were likely to be unacceptable. Okay, here in the previous sentence, in the unclear sentence, I have used they. they doesn't clear the meaning of the sentence. So here the word, the explanations, it's a definite noun where there is a hint in the sentence that this is appropriate, the explanations. So we have to use a definite noun. The explanations is the appropriate word for this sentence to make the sentence meaningful. Okay, so in this sentence, but in this case, implied reference, we have to use noun, not pronoun. Here is another sentence for better understanding. The witness called the television station, but they didn't answer. But they didn't answer. It's here I have used they. They doesn't clarify the meaning of the sentence. So we have to use a noun, a definite noun, which can make the sentence more meaningful, more clear in meaning. Okay, so the witness called the television station. There is a hint in the sentence that the witness called the television station, but they didn't answer. They means television station. So what can we write instead of they? We can write the reporters. You can see the reporters. If we write the reporters, then the meaning of the sentence will be more clear to the audience. Okay, so we can't use pronoun in this case. If the noun is not mentioned in the sentence, then we have to use a definite noun which is appropriate to clarify the meaning of the sentence to the audience. Okay, so we can write as the witness called the television station, but the reporters didn't answer. Okay, again another sentence for your better understanding. The teacher says that the lesson is easy to learn and they are motivated. Can you understand? Who are they? I have written here they, but who are they? It's not clear in this sentence. So we have to clear it to make the sentence more meaningful. Okay, so what can we write here? In the sentence there is a hint. The teacher says that the lesson is easy to learn. For whom? For whom the lesson is easy to learn? For whom? Absolutely for the student. Obviously for the student. Okay, so in case of they, instead of they, we can write the students. Then the meaning of the sentence will be more clear to the audience. Okay, so the right answer is the teacher says that the lesson is easy to learn and the students are motivated. So clear? So these are the rules for correcting unclear pronoun referencing. You should practice more and more at home. Then you will be able to correct all the faulty pronouns and confusion or unclear pronoun referencing, and you will get 5 out of 5 marks easily. Okay, practice more and more, and there is no alternative to practice. Next, another one, unclear use of these, that, it. This is the last rule for unclear pronoun referencing, for correcting unclear pronoun referencing. So this is about these, that, it. Unclear use of these, that, it. Sometimes instead of the verb and sentence reference of the previous sentence, sometimes we use these, those, that, it, etc. instead of the verb. Listen to me very attentively. Sometimes instead of the verb and sentence reference of the previous sentence, verb and sentence reference of the previous sentence, we naturally normally use these, those, that, it, etc., and we think it's correct, but it's not correct, it's wrong. We know pronoun is used only after noun. We know pronoun is used only after noun. So why should we use a pronoun after a verb or a sentence reference? This is wrong. So we can use noun after these pronouns. Okay, this is we use these, that, it, but if we use a noun after it, after these pronouns, then it may be correct. Okay, I mean, we can use a noun phrase. We can use a noun phrase instead of these pronouns. Okay, so in this sentence, look at this. The transfer of food energy takes place from producers through a series of food levels. In the next sentence, I have used a pronoun this. Okay, this is called food chain of food in the ecosystem, but this pronoun doesn't clarify the meaning of the sentence. It's not correct. So we have to use a noun phrase, as I have said earlier. So we have to use a noun phrase, or we can say after these pronouns we can use a noun. Okay, this plus noun. Okay, this, that, it plus noun. This is called noun phrase. So we can use a noun phrase or this plus noun. So the right answer is the transfer of food energy takes place from producers through a series of food levels. This process is called food chain of food in the ecosystem. So this is the right answer. Okay, here this is the most important thing to correct pronoun referencing part. Subject chain. Subject chain, you have to understand it very clearly. So listen to me very carefully and attentively to understand this. Look at these sentences. Here I have written some sentences. There are some faulty pronouns and there is some confusion, and there are some mistakes in case of subject chain. So look at this. The first sentence is Raj is a brilliant student. Here in this sentence, subject is Raj. Raj is a male noun, masculine gender. So instead of Raj, as it is masculine gender and it's the subject, it's the noun, so instead of it we have to use a masculine pronoun in the next sentence. But I have used it. Is it correct? No. You know it's not correct. So I have to use here he. I can write he. It is not correct. I have to write here he. 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 So he reads in class 7. It is wrong. It wrong. He reads in class 7. This is correct. Okay. In the next sentence, he has a cousin. He has a cousin named Tina. He is correct here. There is no need to correct it. It is correct. Okay. Again, in the next sentence, look at this very carefully. I have written two words here. One is she, another one is Tina. As I am saying about Tina, the cousin, she or Tina also reads in class 7. So which one is correct? Can you say? Is she correct or Tina? Can you say? Here she is incorrect. This is wrong because in the previous sentence Tina is not the subject. In the previous sentence Tina is not the subject. So, and we can't use a pronoun if the subject if the subject is not in the previous sentence. Okay, so Tina is not in the previous subject, so we can't use she instead of Tina in the next sentence. Okay, so we have to use here Tina, the noun here. We can't use a pronoun here because in the previous sentence the subject is he and he is indicating Raj. He is telling about Raj, not Tina. So we can't use she here. We have to use Tina. Now the Tina is subject in this sentence. Okay, Tina also reads in class 7. So we have to write Tina here, not she. Next, she always helps his brother. Now she is correct because Tina is the subject in the previous sentence and we can use a pronoun instead of Tina in the next sentence. Okay, because this line is telling about Tina and Tina is in the previous sentence as subject, so we can use she here. She always helps his brother. You can see I have used his here, which is wrong, and we have to correct it. Okay, where there is wrong use of pronoun, we have to correct it. Okay, so he is incorrect and we have to use a pronoun according to she, according to subject. Okay, so she is a female pronoun and we are telling about Tina as female. We have to use her, not his. She always helps her brother. Okay, again, next sentence, look at it attentively. He also takes care of her sister. Here I have used he, but in the previous sentence our subject is she. Previous sentence is telling about Tina, not about Raj, but in this sentence he is telling about Raj. Okay, it is telling about Raj, so he means Raj, not Tina, or he is not indicating Tina, so he is incorrect here because in the previous sentence we don't find Raj as subject. Okay, so we have to use a noun here and the noun is Raj. Okay, Raj, the noun is Raj, he is indicating Raj, so we have to use the noun here, not the pronoun. Okay, so we have to write Raj. Raj also takes care of her sister. It's not her, it's his. Okay, Raj also takes care of his sister. Clear? Okay, dear students, this is all for today. Practice at home more and more, and thank you. Stay home, stay safe.